Hi there! The Northeast Indiana Farm to School team is proud to share our Harvest of the Month video series. In each video, we will visit a different farm in Northeast Indiana to learn where our food comes from. We will be able to meet our farmers and learn how they grow each of our Harvest of the Month fruits and vegetables.
Welcome to RiverRidge Farm. This small, beautiful family farm grows lots of vegetables all year round. This farm is located in Wabash County, Indiana, near the Eel River and the town of Roann. Let's meet Nathan Fingerle, the owner and farmer of RiverRidge Farm. Let's listen as Farmer Nathan tells us about his farm.
Where I'm farming today is where I was born and raised, but it was just yard. My dad raised a few cows, we had a few chickens, we had a big family garden, but we really didn't farm. So I wasn't raised as a farmer, but I became a farmer. It is only an acre and a half. It's very small compared to a lot of farms, but we try to be very, very productive with our acreage. So we grow a lot of different kinds of fruit and vegetables on our farm here. And it all varies by season. We're a 4-season farm, so we are able to produce crops in all 4 seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Let me start in the springtime. We would have a lot of carrots and radishes and lettuce and spinach, a lot of your greens, a lot of your vegetables that are very cool, hardy. They really enjoy the cool weather. And then as we transition into late spring, early summer, we start planting tomatoes, we'll have peppers, we do cucumbers, lots of squash. And then as you get into the fall, a lot of those crops are finishing up, and we start back in with our cool season crops for the fall and winter time. Overall, we grow about 40 different kinds of vegetables on the farm. So the reason we grow all those different kinds is because we have a small retail farm here, a store here on our farm, and we also sell at farmers markets. And so people, as they come to our farm store or to the farmers market, they're looking for a lot of different vegetables because they want to buy everything they need for their grocery list for the week. And so by having as many different crops as we can each week, we're able to fill that need as the people come looking for fresh fruits and vegetables. What makes our farm special is that we are a local farm in a region of a lot of corn and soybeans and wheat. We're one of the very few vegetable farms here in our county, in our local region here. And we're able to take, as I explained earlier, a small acreage and grow a lot of crops over the entire course of 12 months of the year. And so it makes our farm a large mini farm. When we produce food and healthy food like this, I know that it's going to feed a lot of families throughout the entire region.
Now let's learn all about peppers from Farmer Nathan.
So peppers are a warm season crop. They really like the hot weather. Overall, they're a pretty easy crop to grow, and they're very, very productive. A lot of peppers per plant per season.
Is a pepper a fruit or a vegetable?
Well, I would say technically it is a fruit. The difference between a fruit and a vegetable is a fruit is what you eat, the seeds are contained on the inside of it. Tomatoes would be a fruit, peppers would be a fruit, eggplant are a fruit, whereas a vegetable is say a carrot that you're eating the root, or a broccoli that you're eating the flower bud. Anything that you're going to eat the leaf or the stem or the root is a vegetable.
RiverRidge Farm grows 3 types of peppers: sweet bell peppers, small sweet snack peppers, and several varieties of hot peppers. Each of these types of peppers grow in several different colors.
So as far as the pepper grows on the plant, they all start out green. Every pepper starts out green, and we'd have green, red, yellow, orange, and we actually have some white and purple peppers. And they're really cool. I mean, the people's like, a purple pepper? I've never heard of a purple pepper. And that would be the green, purple, and white are their young or immature color. When they're fully ripe, they will either be red, yellow, or orange in color. And the more color they have, the red, yellow, and orange are going to be sweeter, whereas the green, white, and purple are going to be more of just a mild green flavor. So in the peppers, there's a lot of different size variation. Typically, your hot peppers are almost always going to be a lot smaller size. As you get into your sweet peppers, such as your bell peppers, there are some what they call jumbos, which are really large, big peppers. And then you have your average medium size, and then they have one that they call a packing pepper, which is usually going to be a much smaller size, but it looks just like a full-size bell, but they're going to be a lot smaller. And then you go all the way down to the mini peppers, which would be like our sweet snack peppers, and they're going to be just a really small, easy to pick up and eat in a couple of bites. There's a lot of shapes in peppers. We have what we call the bullhorn peppers, and they look just like a cow's horn. They start out really fat and narrow down to a really sharp point. You have your bell peppers, which are going to be a round, blocky shape with usually 3 or 4 lobes to them. Your jalapeno peppers are going to be really smooth and green. Your habanero peppers and some of your really super hot peppers are going to be all wrinkled, and they just look mean. They look as hot as they are wrinkly. In peppers, there are a lot of different flavors. You have your sweet peppers, which are going to be just a mild sweet pepper flavor. You have your green peppers that are going to be kind of what they describe oftentimes as a grassy or a green flavor. You have your hot peppers, and there's a varying kinds of hot peppers, and they're going to be everything from barely hot at all to so smoking hot you about can't hardly swallow them, they're so hot. These here are my hot peppers. We got a poblano, serrano, jalapeno, and a cayenne. This is going to be a sweet pepper, a sweet banana pepper. We got a red and yellow bullhorn pepper. Then here we've got our bell peppers. Here's all our sweet snacking peppers in the different colors, and then we have the heatless habaneros in 3 different kinds and a heatless jalapeno. The total number of peppers we grow each year would be in the tens of thousands. The green, yellow, red, orange peppers, there's going to be a minimum of 10 peppers per plant. We probably actually grow 1,000 bell pepper plants by themselves, and oftentimes our production is going to be closer to 15 or 20 fruit per plant. And then when you get into the snack peppers and the hot peppers, they would produce 50 to 100 peppers per plant, and we grow several hundred of those types. So there would be, I don't have an exact number, but there would be tens of thousands that we've grown a season.
How do you grow peppers?
So the pepper plants, we start out back in usually January or February. We plant little dinky seeds. The pepper seed is not very big, and we grow them in trays in potting soil in the greenhouse. And they like to be really warm, so oftentimes we'll have heating mats underneath them to keep the potting soil and the seed about 70 degrees, because we're able to start it when it's still cold out, there's still snow on the ground. We're able to start those baby plants in a really sheltered environment and then plant them out when it's optimal growing conditions, rather than waiting till it's warm enough to actually grow the plant. We already have a full-size plant to start with. You can even do that kind of thing at home. You can start plants, seeds on your own in a sunny windowsill in your house, and then when the weather's nice outside, actually plant it out in your own garden and grow your own fruits. So we grow peppers both inside our hoop houses and also outside in the gardens. The reason we would grow inside the hoop houses is because it's a lot warmer environment than outside. So we can actually plant peppers in the greenhouse or tunnel, hoop house, early, like clear back in March when it's still cold and sometimes snowy outside, and then we plant outside in May once there's no chance of frost anymore. And by doing that, we are able to get a lot longer season of production, and we're also able to get peppers a lot earlier by planting them in the tunnels or the hoop houses. And if I planted it right in the soil, there'd be a lot of weeds that would come in and try to crowd out that plant as it grows, and there's also a lot more chance for bugs to get to it, whereas if I grow it in a greenhouse environment, when it's a little baby plant, it just stays a lot healthier and grows a lot better. From the time I put the seed into the potting soil until I'm able to transplant it either into the greenhouses or outside into the gardens is about 8 to 10 weeks. And that's going to make a nice tight root ball that's easy to transplant into a hole as we plant. You know, we'll make a hole in the ground and stick it into there and then firm the soil and water it in. And then once the plant grows, they grow in more of a bush, usually about 3 to 4 feet tall, and I put stakes every 3 plants, and then we take string and tie it off, and we actually weave around all the plants and around the stakes, and are able to kind of tie the plants into a weave and hold them upright so they don't fall over. On the pictures of the pepper plants, there's red underneath it on the ground, and that is a plastic mulch. It increases productivity by about 30%, so we get a lot more peppers per plant. It also holds moisture into the soil. It reduces, there's no weed growth that way. and it actually warms the soil in the springtime. And as I'd said earlier, the pepper really likes to have a warm and growing environment, so that red plastic actually helps to trap heat in the soil and make it a lot warmer for the plant to grow. So the pepper actually starts out as a white flower, and as bees pollinate it or even just vibration pollinates, and it will actually start out as a tiny, tiny little baby plant or pepper. I mean, it's a miniature, about the size of a penny, and then it will expand out and grow into a full size.
How do you harvest peppers?
We would pick peppers for about 20 weeks, May, June, July, August, and September. I know the peppers are ready to harvest usually about 2 months after I've planted them is the first ones will come ready, especially if I'm harvesting as a red, yellow, or orange. I'm waiting for that color to be fully colored with there's no green left on it, and so that's why I'm able to know by usually looking at it by the ripeness, by the color, and also by the size, if it's ready to harvest or not. When I go out to harvest bell peppers, I'm looking at both the size and or the color. And a lot of times I'll go in and just get a firm grip on the fruit and lift up on it, and that pressure detaches the stem of the pepper from the plant itself. When I'm harvesting say a snack pepper or a jalapeno, they have a little tougher stem, and I have to go in and pull onto each one of those individually and then use my snippers and cut each one loose. Otherwise, I risk breaking a branch off of the plant, which loses a lot of fruit. I wish people would know on peppers that first off, they're very easy to grow, so you can grow them in your own home garden. And there's also a lot of variety in peppers, so if one pepper doesn't really suit your taste, there's a pepper out there for everyone. There's lots of different colors, there's lots of different shapes, and there's lots of different flavors in peppers, so there's a pepper for everyone. My favorite pepper is actually one we call a heatless habanero. So a real habanero is very, very hot, and it burns your mouth. The heatless habaneros look just like them. They have that same rich, fruity flavor, but there is almost no heat. I mean, just a tiny bit of heat around the seeds, but enough that doesn't even make your tongue warm. And it's my favorite because it's got a lot of color, it's got a lot of flavor, and they're just a wonderful pepper to eat.
Thanks for visiting RiverRidge Farm with us today and learning all about peppers with Farmer Nathan. Always remember to thank our farmers for growing delicious food for us all to eat.